green onion, I swear. Oh my god, the onions look so fucked up. Toothpaste and food. Today I'm doing my weekly cooking stream and I'll be making Dakgalbi. What is Dakgalbi? So Dakgalbi is a Korean dish. It's usually eaten at bars. So it's like a one-pan dish. It's usually with veggies. Oh, the cabbage and the onions are showing off funky. But this is green onion, I swear. It's not anything see-through. It's green onion and it's green cabbage. There's mushrooms, there's sweet potato. Usually it's made with chicken thighs, but I actually prefer eating with pork. So I'm gonna use pork today. And there is rice cakes inside. And there's also instant noodles. And it's like a one-pot dish with cheese over it. You steam it a little bit so the cheese melts. And then you just eat it with, you know, like pickled radishes and have some beer with it and stuff like that. But it's really, really yummy. And it's really simple. I'll make the sauce first because that usually takes that's usually the quickest, but it's the most important aspect. Okay, so you need 1.5 tablespoons soy sauce. This is 1, and then I'm just gonna eyeball the 0.5. And 3 tablespoons water. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot the gochujang in the fridge. Please, Oni bro. Thank you. Oni bro. 3 tablespoons honey. Okay, there we go. So honey is 3 tablespoons. That looks like 1. That kind of looks like 2. And that kind of looks like 3. So mirin. You need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And then I need some salt. The original recipe called for 1 full teaspoon of salt. I tried it like that. It was way, 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 way too spicy. So I just usually add a pinch. But that's totally up to you how much you want to add. And next is gochugaru. Tablespoon is kind of wet already, so I'm just going to use my eyes. You need 2 tablespoons. I like things spicy, so whatever. Just eyeball 2 tablespoons. Sorry, I forgot to elaborate. Gochugaru is the Korean hot pepper powder. It kind of looks like this. Gochugaru. And then gochujang is the Korean hot pepper paste. So this is just the one that I have my Asian market. And it's basically the same color, but it's a paste. It's like sweet and fermented, so it acts as a really nice flavor. And you need 3 of these. It's pretty good. 2 teaspoons sesame oil. 2 teaspoons is almost 1 full tablespoon. So I'm just gonna do shy of 1 tablespoon. And the very last ingredient, secret ingredient, guys. Are you ready? So I found that what works really, really well to kind of temper the spiciness and make the sauce a little bit more creamy is my secret ingredient, which is curry blocks. This is what I've discovered to work really well with Dakgalbi. Really mellows out all the flavors, and I think it's really, really nice in the sauce. So don't tell anybody. This is a secret. I don't need anybody to start their own like restaurant soon because of the secret ingredient or something. Okay? So you only need half of this. You only need half a curry block for all the sauce. I like to really mince up the blocks and then mix into the sauce so that once I actually do pour it into the pan, it melts a lot easier than just one big block. And then we can mix it up. This is it. This is the essence of what Dakgalbi is. And literally whatever you put in it doesn't really matter. You can really just throw in anything you want. As long as you have the sauce down, totally fine. I'm gonna core the cabbage. And then just cut it into squares, I guess. Nothing too fancy. It looks like a lot of cabbage, but cabbage wilts really quickly, or wilts down a lot rather. Okay, and then we can peel our sweet potatoes. So for sweet potatoes, I do recommend using the Asian kind, Chinese kind, Asian kind, whatever. The one that kind of looks like this with the white flesh. I don't recommend the Western one where the flesh is orange because the texture of the sweet potato or the Western kind is too mushy. Okay, and then we're just cutting this into slices so that it cooks evenly. Okay. We'll cut off the green onions and then we're pretty much done for prep and then we can start cooking. Okay, all the prep is done. Whoa, the green onions look super wacky on the screen. Okay, new gloves on, and then we can turn the pan on. And oil. You don't need that much oil because with the meat that I'm using this time, I'm using pork neck. So pork neck is actually a super tender cut of pork that I prefer eating over regular chicken thighs, but it actually has a lot of natural fats in it. So if I put enough oil for all the vegetables and put the pork in, it's gonna be way too oily. So I'm just doing a little bit. Potatoes obviously take the longest because they're the most dense, and cabbage will take the shortest amount of time. So we're always gonna put in the vegetables that take the longest to cook in first. So by the time that I put everything in, everything will be evenly done. So we just put the potatoes in the pan and let that cook for a bit. Oh, sorry, and my heat currently is 8 out of 10. So this particular induction stove,
Uncle Roger don't like induction stove.
so it's like medium high, I guess. We're gonna put everything else in now. Mushrooms and green onions will be last. Mushrooms cook quite quickly, especially these kind. So I'll put those in last after like all the noodles and meat is done cooking and stuff. And green onions is garnish, that's why I'm not putting it in. Spoon, knife. Yeah, everything is reflective. That's the thing with having to work with a green screen. I'm trying to make it look as natural as possible in terms of doing a cooking stream, but some things that's reflective, it's kind of hard to kind of work around. That's the secret ingredient. She's eating Smurfs. No, I'm not eating Smurfs, I swear. So we're gonna add the pork now, and we're just gonna let the meat cook a little and render out a little bit. And then we're gonna put the sauce in, mix it together, put the lid on so it can steam a little bit, and then we can add in all the other trimmings and stuff. Okay, we can add the sauce. La. Mix it a little bit, and then we can put the lid on and catch some of the steam. Okay, I'm gonna put my lid on. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm just gonna let that steam, make sure all the meat is cooking. And then hopefully, if I timed it correctly, everything will be done at the exact same time, and that is just chef's kiss. Rice cakes take a little longer to cook, so I'm gonna put the rice cakes in.
A few minutes later.
I think I'll put the mushrooms in now. Okay, we'll let that steam. It's the noodle time! And then just boil that like normal, nothing super fancy with this. So things are cooking, smells so good. It's a lot easier if you have a colander, but I don't have a huge working space, so I'm just gonna do it the ghetto way, which is to slowly take it out with my chopsticks. Okay, so to prevent the instant noodles from overcooking, I'm going to cut the heat, put the cheese on. Wait, my brother likes a lot of cheese, right? That's a lot, bro. Okay, I'm gonna put the green onions on, so it looks kind of pretty. And that's all they're there for. They're here just for garnish. And put the lid back on, and we'll let the residual heat cook, and then we can literally eat now. I wanted to get some pickles, and I cleaned up the table, and then I'm gonna pour some for Oni bro. So I actually made, I make my own Korean pickles, like the white radish kind, the sweet and sour one. I like to eat that with Korean food, so let me just get some. If you're curious about how to make Korean radish, I guess, it's actually really easy. For every pound of white daikon, you use 1/3 cup vinegar, 1/3 cup sugar, and a little bit of water, and a little bit of salt. That's literally it. And then you just cut it up, pour everything in, mix it up, throw it in the fridge, and then wait 2 days, and then it'll be ready. Okay, so we're gonna do the unveiling, guys. And 1, 2, ba-bum. That's pretty good. Oh my god, the onions look so fucked up. Oni bro, do you want to take a photo of it before I plate? Toothpaste and food. Got some Colgate Ultra Clean on the food. It looks so fucked up on the screen, oh my god, but I swear it looks really yummy. You guys can see it on Twitter. I'll post the picture on Twitter, and you guys can actually see what it actually looks like in real life.